President Pbbm sinuplak ang ICC sa muling pangingialam sa Pilipinas. Sinabi ng DOJ na hindi nito tinatanggap ang hakbang ng ICC na muling buksan ang investigasyon nito sa digmaan laban sa droga ng gobyerno. Dahil inulit nito ang argumento na ang Dayuge-based tribunal ay walang jurisdiksyon sa bansa. Hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit pinipilit nilang pumasok sa Pilipinas sa kabila ng katotohanang hindi na tayo miyembro. Sabi pa ni DOJ Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla sa isang briefing noong Biyernes. Bagamat hindi na kinikilala ng Pilipinas ang ICC matapos mag-pull out sa korte noong 2019, may jurisdiction pa rin ang tribunal sa mga krimeng ginawa habang ang bansa ay isang state party. Sinabi ng ICC noong Huwebes na pinagbigyan nito ang kahilingan ng prosecutor nitong si Karim Khan na muling buksan ang isang pagsisiyasat sa madugong gyera laban sa ipinagbabawal na gamot. Matapos ang pre-trial chamber nito ay hindi nasiyahan na ang Pilipinas ay nagsasagawa ng mga pagsisiyasat na magbibigay garantiya ng pagpapaliban ng mga pagsisiyasat ng korte.
A recurring theme in the ruling of the ICC pre-trial chamber is the lack supposedly of information with respect to certain cases. For instance, there were specifically on the National Prosecuting Service, the NBI, which is conducting criminal probes. The ICC pre-trial chamber saying there's not enough information for them to conclude that the investigation here in the Philippines mirrors the investigation that will be conducted by the ICC. What's your take?
Well, they're insulting us. We have to. There are many limitations as to many of the things that we do in the country right now. The NBI is in the process of reorganizing. The modernization is pushing through. We're about to hire 1,000 more agents. We are building capacity. It is a capacity building exercise that we're doing. In the terms of the PNP, we have suggested ways to reform the system so that the Internal Affairs Service will be better emboldened and will be better, more empowered to investigate. So, we as a country, we are doing what it takes to fix the system. And we are a fully functioning judicial system. And I don't see where they will come in, what role they will play, unless they want to take over our legal system or they want to take over our country. And I don't see that happening. Yes, please.
Sir, good afternoon. Severino Monte from NHK. So, sir, what will be the next action that the Philippine government will be taking after this pronouncement by the ICC? And have you informed the President about it and what's his reaction?
I will speak to the Solicitor General about the course of action that we will take as a country here. Definitely, I do not welcome this move of theirs. And I will not welcome them to the Philippines unless they make clear that they will respect us in this regard. I will not stand for any of these antics that will try to question our sovereignty, our status as a sovereign country. We will not accept that. Not yet. I haven't spoken to the president yet, but I'm speaking offhand here. In February, we will be having a visitor, special rapporteur, in the person of Dr. Pbbm, special rapporteur on EJ case. We are dialoguing with everybody necessary. We are building capacity, as I was saying, because the capacity to be, we need capacity to be able to undertake many of the work that has to be done in the country. Why the EJK special rapporteur? Because our capability in the forensic field and pathology is very much limited already, and our doctors are not anymore empowered. They're not competent enough. We only have 2 licensed forensic pathologists in the country right now, so we have to build capacity. That's what we mean by building capacity. In fact, this is the first time that we even invited a special rapporteur to come over because we're making a clean breast of our problems. That's why the timing of the ICC is very wrong right now, because we are doing what it takes to change the situation and to build capacity in the country to be able to address all of these problems that came up before. And remember, they're talking about problems that cropped up 12 years ago. We weren't even in this office yet. And they expect us within 7 months to answer every question they have. Is that reasonable? I think you yourselves can answer that. It is not a reasonable, it's not even a request, it's an imposition that they want to do to a sovereign country. But we will not stand for that.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon po. Sir Andrew po from CNN Philippines. Sir, part of the investigation stage is issuing summons and arrest warrants. If and when personalities have been identified by the ICC, is the Philippine government or our authorities willing to cooperate?
They will have no compulsory process in the country. They will not even be empowered to issue subpoenas in the country. They have not even coordinated with us about it. So if they want to come in as a hostile government, as a hostile force, come in. But they cannot do that to us.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Nancy Carvalho, Politico. Sir, the president has been, sir, here. Sorry, tayo na. The president has been going abroad, selling the country as a, parang getting again the goodwill of the international community. And now they have the ICC thing. Don't you think this will not affect what is the president trying to do? Na baka, sir, as you said, it's an insult, and if they can come in hostile, ganyan, and parang you are saying, am I correct na we are not, the government right now, the current administration is not will not yield to the ICC investigation. And this is now a different administration. And may I again go back to my context. Binibenta ng presidente yung Pilipinas as some in the international...
Sovereignty is not for sale.
No, sorry.
Sovereignty is not for sale.
Okay. So, no, what I mean...
That's what I mean. Sovereignty is not for sale.
So, how will it affect the program of the government that introducing again the country?
I think that the world knows that we are a functioning country with a functioning judicial system. This is an irritant that just came in. It's what we call an irritant.
Thank you.
Okay? Any more?
I said, Nandamento po, UNTV. In the ICC ruling, they said that they're still welcome to accept materials that the Philippines may be you're going to submit to the ICC. Are you still open to?
We should open a dialogue again with them, but we will not accept impositions on our country. We're willing to open dialogue with them. We're not closing the doors to dialogue, but they're going to come in here and impose themselves upon us. That is a no-no. We know that. I don't think any government will accept that from the ICC, which is supposed to function on the principle of complementarity. And they cannot overrule us in our own country, and they cannot come in here with a certain jurisdiction when we have jurisdiction. We do not, complementary means that we do not cross each other's jurisdiction. Okay? No, I'm saying that we can dialogue with them. If they want data from us, we will provide them the data. And we will provide them with the course of action we're taking. That's okay with us. But to impose themselves on us, that is totally unacceptable.
Sir, pahabol lang, sir. Sir, pinention din po sa report na mababa lang daw yung number of cases na na-review ng DOJ panel, and low-ranking police officers lang daw yung involved. Paano daw yung mga high-ranking officials? What can you say about that?
Alam mo, as we always say, we have to follow the evidence. It is really the evidence that we have to follow. It is the testimonies of people. It is the documentary and testimonial evidence that we can get, where we can base any case that we will file. So it's not a very, very easy process to gather evidence. Sometimes it takes years to be able to gather evidence. It takes a lot of patience to be on the job, running after facts that will come in probably a few months, a few years after, sometimes decades. But we do not forget these things that happen. It is part of our legal history, and we will not forget it. We will not forgetting our responsibilities under the law and to the world community. We are not here to forget about our responsibility. That's why, as I said earlier, we are building capacity. We are building capacity to be able to investigate this further. We want to hire more NBI agents. We want to train our forensic investigators to have the full capacity to act on all of these scientific matters. So it's a country that is trying its best to cope with the demands of the times. And if these cases are 12 years old, then we will not forget them. We will continue to speak the truth about these cases. But we will need witnesses. We will need evidence. We cannot throw out accusations against people. Everything has to be in accordance with legal tradition and legal principles.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. My name is Kate from TV Asahi Japanese media. I would like to ask you about the reporting news in Japan related to mastermind called Luffy in Bigban Immigration Detention Center. Do you have any information about that, sir?
I will have to discuss with the Japanese embassy on this matter. We haven't made contact yet. When the issue started coming over to my office, they haven't contacted me yet, and I think it's not proper for me to discuss it yet until the embassy comes in with any request or any special data that I might need, information I may need about the person that they seek.
So far, do you have any request from the Japan government or Bolivia?
Actually, what the situation here is that Japan is the requesting party. When a case like this happens, it is Japan that will request us. And we are waiting for that request to push through first. But what we can say is that our Bureau of Immigration is holding on many aliens right now who are liable for many crimes that they have committed here in the Philippines and sometimes even abroad. And we act on the requests of foreign governments when this happens.
So far, have you tried to internally identify who is the one called Luffy inside?
Yes, we're trying to do that, but I cannot discuss that any further. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Second follow-up. One of the aspects of the ruling of the ICC pre-trial chamber is that although there are investigations on specific cases, there doesn't seem to be an investigation if there is a widespread or a pattern of these killings. How do you intend to address this? Should you appeal the ruling? How do you intend to address it?
If they want us to investigate a pattern, then they should show us the pattern so that we can pick up from what their theory is. But they cannot subsume upon, they cannot assume jurisdiction in this country without allowing them to do that. And we are not allowing them to take jurisdiction in the country. And first and foremost, we are no longer members of the ICC. That's a complication that is part of the problem right now.
Discussion to go back to ICC?
No discussion about that. None. Because in the ASEAN, I think that we just realized that there are no other signatories to the ICC in the ASEAN. Let's face it. No? Where has the ICC been in the world? It has been through countries which have no governments, no functioning governments, no functioning legal system, no functioning dominant military force, places with utter chaos. That's where the ICC goes, where they're supposed to go. But when they come in here trying to assert jurisdiction in a country that's not even a member of the ICC, it really begs the question. No? It behooves us to think on who do they think they are in a country which is sovereign and free from, as free a country as any country in the world? Will they come in and say that we're not a functioning country? We're not a functioning democracy? We don't have a functioning legal system? I don't think they will even want to say that. So it becomes very political.